A wise woman builds her own house, but a foolish woman destroys it with her own hands. One of the ways of becoming a wise woman is by becoming a woman of prayer. And it is only through prayer that you are able to build a strong marriage and to become a strong and powerful woman, a wife, a mother, and everything else in a home. Today, I want to share with us about 3 reasons why you need to remain a woman of prayer. As it is in heaven. Welcome to my channel and thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for clicking to this video. Thank you for being here. If this is your first time, we say welcome. Kindly join this family by subscribing to this channel. And if you've not watched the other videos that are here, we welcome you to enjoy, to learn a few things that we have posted in this channel. Also, remember to share, to like this video, and share it with your friends if you find it valuable to you. So reason number 1 why you need to remain a woman of prayer is because we women, naturally, we are called to be incubators. And as we all know that great things are conceived and are born at the place of prayer. Take the example of the story of Hannah in the Bible, in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 1. The Bible tells us that Hannah prayed in the temple until the priests thought that she is drunk. And it came to a time that only her lips were moving and no words were coming out of her mouth. But it is at this place that she expressed herself to God. It is at this place that she told God the desires of her heart, and she expressed herself fully to God. And if you read that chapter, the Bible tells us that after the husband came and just told her that whatever she's been prayed will be answered, early the following day, Hannah and her husband, they went to the temple, they worshipped God, and it records that they went back home and Hannah laid with her husband, and there is where she conceived. I want to believe that the conception did not come by Hannah laying with the husband. It is because that has been happening these other times, but it is at the place of prayer that the son was conceived and the son was born. So I want you to know that great things are conceived at a place of prayer. If you can only pray and allow God to place in your heart his desires and allow God to place in your heart his will concerning you, concerning your spouse, concerning your children, concerning even you yourself, this is the place that you conceive and you find like things are getting to manifestation. It's only at the place of prayer. So it is at this place as a woman, as a wife, when you take time and you commit time to pray and to pray for everything that concerns you and concerns your family, that you get ideas are starting to be born. Ideas are born through your husband, ideas are born through you. It is at this place that you learn things are changing in your family, things are changing in your own life. So you need to remain a woman of prayer, because it is a woman that is called, or it is we women that are given the responsibility of incubating and conceiving and bringing to pass things. And this will only happen at the place of prayer. Reason number 2 why you need to remain a woman of prayer is because we have been called to contend for our families. Take the story of Esther in the Bible. When a decree was made that all the Jews need to be killed, Mordecai went and sent a message to Esther and told Esther in the book of Esther chapter 4 and I think verse 14, where it says that who knows but you have been placed there at such a time as now so that you can be able to save your people. That means that it is Esther that was in that position. It is through Esther, or by the word that Esther could speak to the king, that the Jews could be saved. So Mordecai tried to challenge Esther to play her role as the queen, to play her role, to contend for not only for that small family, but for the entire family of the Jews. So you as a woman, you as a wife, you have a role to play. God has placed you there in that position to contend for your family, to pray for that generation that you're bringing up. And you'll only do that when you remain at the place of prayer. It is at the place of prayer that we express ourselves to God. It is at this place that God reveals to us some things that we may not understand them in just our normal life, that we need to get deeper into the spiritual and deeper and deeper. And it's at this place that God reveals even to you the things that you're fighting as a family. And you know, the Bible talks about we do not fight against flesh and blood. We fight against spirits. We fight against principalities. We fight against so many things. So if you don't engage into that battle spiritually, you will find yourself losing. And so you are called to contend for your family. Just like Esther stood her ground and stood in her position. When you read that chapter, you will find that Esther decided to risk her life because she decided that she will go to the king, though it is not the culture for anyone to appear before the king just like that. She decided, and she sent a word to Mordecai and told him, fast, and we will also, myself and my maids, we are going to fast. We are going to fast and we are going to trust God that when I appear before the king, I will find favor. So what are you doing? Are you contending for your family as a woman, as a wife? Are you playing your role to contend for your family, to save the generation that you're bringing up, to save it from any attack of the enemy? So that is a role that you need to pray, and that is one of the reasons why you need to remain a woman of prayer. And reason number 3 why you need to remain a woman of prayer is because you have been called as a gatekeeper for your family. It is the woman that has been called to stay at that place. When we look at the story of Eve and the serpent in the book of Genesis chapter 3, when Eve sinned and when the serpent lied to Eve, there's something that happened. The Bible says that an enmity was placed between Eve, her descendants, and the serpent. And anytime Eve and her descendants will see the serpent, what will happen? Eve will crush the head of the serpent. And anytime the serpent will see Eve or her descendants, the serpent is going to strike the heel of of Eve and her descendant. So what does this mean? It means that the serpent represents the devil, and there is an enmity between the woman and the devil. So, and you see the Bible records so well, not only the woman, but the woman and her descendants and her offsprings. This means that this enmity, and it records so well. It doesn't say that it is the serpent that will hate the woman. It is equal enmity between the two of you. So the woman will have that anger towards the enemy, just as the enemy will have that anger towards the woman. So what are you doing? Are you allowing the devil to win? Are you allowing the devil just the way that enmity was placed? Are you allowing him to win in the lives of your children? Are you allowing him to win in the life of your spouse? Are you allowing the devil to win even in your own personal life? You need to get wild with the enemy. You need to engage and fight this enemy. God knew that we will become victorious. So all you need to do is to play your role. Stand in your position as a woman. That enmity that was placed there, don't allow the enemy to win over you. Stand in your position. Fight for your offspring. Fight for your generation. Fight for your nation. Fight for your family. That is the role that you have been given. You have been placed there in that family as a watchman. Let me call you a watchman or a watchwoman. And you see, what is the work of a watchman at the gate? Their work is to watch, to make sure that the enemy does not come in, to make sure that they are alert whenever the enemy tries to attack. The watchman is always alert. Even if he or she cannot be able to attack the enemy, they're always alert to call for reinforcement, to call for people to help. Why don't you do that as a woman? Because you are a watch person at the gates of your family, at the gates of your destiny, at the gate of your nation. So in short, you need to remain a woman of prayer. Play your position, play your role as an incubator, play your role as a watch person, play your role as a person that has been called to contend for your family and to contend for everything that concerns you. I know you're there and maybe you may say you have a very tight schedule, so you cannot find time to pray, but I want to tell you that time is always created. You can always find the best time for you and for you to express yourself to God, best time for you to pray. If you have kids, maybe they are small kids and you're not able to plan your time well, always find that extra time. Maybe at night when the kids are sleeping, give yourself time. Give yourself time with God. You as a woman, there is a great purpose that God has called you for. But it only happens when you remain to be a woman of prayer. So I hope you will rise up in your prayer life, because you know the enemy he's moving around. He's looking for the places that are not protected. He's looking for the women that are sleeping. He's looking for places that are not covered, for the lazy women that just want to sleep. And there is where he comes in. Because when he comes and finds no protection, when he comes and finds no watchman at the gate, he's coming to attack your family. So I'm asking you as a woman, I'm asking you as a wife, kindly rise up, take your position, arm yourself, because God has called you with a great assignment in this. God bless you and thank you for watching this video. Kindly remember to subscribe once more. Remember to share, remember to like this video, and this will be of a great blessing to us. God bless you, and I say bye-bye.